press play. Okay, that's loaded up, and then we can go. Right, take 2. Hopefully this works this time. You got your 3rd vaccine shot. I need to get my 2nd. That's a good reminder. Thanks. Yeah. Oh god, I remember the first shot. It just knocks you out. But yeah, Nimbus. When are you getting on the Fire Rod leaderboard? Oh, finals. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a bit weird at the moment. Some people have already done their finals, some other people are doing it. Some people are like me and live in a country where our finals are actually in January. I can't remember which one I got. Whatever we have here in the UK. I don't know. I did it through my university, I don't know if there's like a specific kind. Do I have the note here? I don't think so. I had it somewhere. But yeah, intro take 2. We are just simply mashing through the intro text boxes here. If I were to guess, I think it would be the Moderna one. I know I've got it written down somewhere. So yeah, the Rupee route for people who do speedruns is kind of exactly the same as any %, so we're all aware of how it works. But for people who haven't seen a speedrun of this before, we need to buy 3 different items. We need to buy a bottle after the first dungeon, which costs 20. Then we need to buy the grip ring very shortly after that, which costs 40. Which is about, so we'll need 60 basically towards the beginning of the game. Then after the second dungeon, we need to buy the mushroom, which costs 60. That's really easy, but yeah. So we get the red rupee at Link's house, which is the 20 that we need for the bottle. That's fine, but then we need an additional 40 for the grip ring. So we got 5 just now. After we do the next dungeon, we're going to go into a cave and get 15, so that will bring us up to 20. And then there's also a red rupee that we're going to pick up, that is another 20, and it will put us up to 40, and then we can buy the grip ring. Yo, thanks for the follow. So that's just like an outline of what the rupee route is like, and that's kind of like one of the things they pay attention to at the beginning. You speedrun Jak and Daxter, love it. Which one? Just the first one? Which category do you do? I am so tempted to do a run of no lava tube skip, because like just to. Maybe just at least like a casual playthrough of it again, because I fucking love Jak and Daxter. I watch Outraged Josh and Ricky. You watch Jak 2 any %. I remember watching a Jak 2 run. Sorry, I'm just curious now. I'm looking up on the leaderboards. Wait, what? Yeah, I watched Headstrong for a little while. I think I watched her sub 1 hour grind? Like, a while back? Yeah, you skip like 64% of the game in like 6 minutes. Yeah, I need to have a look at the Jack 2 route again, because yeah, you do like because you could just go into one of the later levels. Is it like the Tomb of Ma? I think I can't remember. You go into there and it just sets all the flags, so you skip so much of the game. Not a gold SMH, yeah. Sorry, SMH my head. I know, I was 0.1 off of a gold here. It says 0.3. I think that's a little bit inaccurate because my own timing said that it was, I was only 0.1 off gold. Actually, I think I'm gonna go by what the auto splitter says over what my other timing says. So yeah, this is kind of like where the point where the run actually picks up, and we're doing some interesting movement here. So this is all perfect Minish Woods movement, getting to Eslo. This split also won't gold, from my calculations, and I think there's only one other split that won't gold, and it will be the Chew fight. Other than these 3 splits, everything else will gold. What is this Eslo time? I think it's still a good Eslo time. It's just like, it's just not a gold. It's just because I didn't bother optimizing this, to be honest. So yeah, another 0.3 slower. Still a 736 is perfectly good. Definitely faster than what my world record run was. My world record run was the first time I ever got a sub 10 enter Deepwood Shrine. And I popped off so hard. And I lost so much time in Deepwood because of it. I lost like 20 seconds. So we're going to see a fat gold a little bit later. Yeah, so there. I drowned in the water there. I was 1 frame off getting the lily pad first cycle. But I didn't want to actually get the lily pad first cycle, because it's such a ridiculously tight strat. You need to have like 9 frame perfect rolls. That's not human viable, and the whole point of this task is it's going to be a human viable run. It's only doing strats which will be strats that I will actually attempt to do in runs for world record attempts. So I'm not going to be doing stuff like that. I'll go for it, but it's never going to happen. Is human possible in theory? Like, no, because it's only ever been performed by a human once, and that was by Toads, like, 3 years ago, and he used save states and grinded it for several hours. So, no, it's not human viable. It's 9 frame perfect rolls. This game runs at 60 FPS. So it's not like OOT frame perfect. It's the hard kind of frame perfect. Right, so yeah, we're going to be getting into Deepwood. What is this going to be? This is definitely going to be a gold. Nice. Yes. We're going to be having M. Bison screaming yes at us for the entirety of this run. I lost 6 frames. It's not like I lost 8 seconds by not getting the lily pad first cycle. This Deepwood is going to be pretty insane. This Deepwood, I'm going to tell you now, it was better than the one I got in the any percent human Theory TAS. Just because I actually cared more about this one. It's exactly the same route. There's no difference between the any percent one. It's just I didn't kind of bother as much. This one's going to be a lot faster. It's actually going to be insane how low this gets. Obviously, it's nowhere near Tompa's TAS. Tompa's TAS is a legit TAS. This is me just recording some of my gameplay. I'm kind of on the edge there on whether or not rolling through that dust is faster. I'm thinking it is now. Unfortunately, that pesto... Yeah, okay, I got bad RNG and enemy RNG in that room there. I couldn't get the pesto... Well, I could probably manip it to make sure the pesto doesn't come towards us, but that's not the point of this TAS. It's we just do the rooms as quickly as possible, kind of irrelevant of how bad the RNG of the enemies is. If they're completely stopping us from being able to do the room fast in any reasonable way, then we'll do something to get them to stop doing that, but... yeah. I forgot how many re-records this was. Oh, no! Oh, shit. I fucked that up. Okay, shouldn't have done that. I'm not gonna touch it again. Yeah, so this split's gonna be a little bit inaccurate, unfortunately. That was only like a second. But yeah, I'm not going to touch the emulator again. I wanted to quickly bring up the re-record counter, but I'll do that at the end. I'm not going to touch it. Because we're 12 minutes in and I'm not resetting again. Resetting the task multiple times. So we've had some pretty great rooms here, and like movement-wise, and enemy RNG-wise. They're all fairly nice. I recall. I can't actually remember. All right, Matapilla. My cam is off time to the emulator. I mean, my webcam sucks, and it will just freeze every now and then like very quickly like zoom through to catch up to to normal speed. Yeah, it's don't worry too much about my webcam. It just does that. The fix is buy a better webcam, and yeah, I'm not doing that yet. It's like those memes, which is like those memes where like someone sped up quickly. Fans explaining the lore of their like fandom. It's just like very rapid, like writing on a whiteboard or something. Oh, nice diagonal push there. We slide pushed the pot. That was just for fun. That wasn't actually worthwhile doing. Oh yeah, I'm not doing anything to the webcam. The webcam just decides on its own whether or not it's going to resync. There's nothing I can actually do to it. It will just freeze and then it'll start running again normally. Why did I just stop there for no reason? That was interesting. Oh, you've redeemed... Why do I have turn off webcam for one thing? That's not supposed to be a thing. What? Okay, there's a gold. Yeah, so... What was it? Okay, the gust... Yeah. I believe the gust jar was actually a 1329. And remember... Okay, so from, like, this point on, all of the splits are, like, 1 second late. Because I fucked up and did the... Wait, why is turn off 1 and turn on is 10,000? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, that's right. I had turn off webcam for one when I did the feet cam stream. No one redeemed it. Okay. So this is the other not gold because I got multi-jump green shoe. I could have tried to manipulate it so that it only jumped once instead of jumping 3 times at the end there, but I'm not doing that. That's fine. So, Earth Element 1707! That's fucking insane. That's literally like 20 seconds faster than a good, But yeah, I mean, it's 30 seconds faster than my world record run, but my world record kind of has a bad Deepwood, so it's like 20 seconds better than a really good Deepwood. That is, yeah, pretty fucking sick. Really, it's that Gust Jar. Like, from the enter Deepwood all the way through to the Gust Jar was ridiculously good. And also the lily pad section was pretty good. So one of the differences between what we normally do movement-wise in the any % speedrun and what we're going to do here in Glitchless is bomb usage. In any %, we do a glitch with the bombs to make them explode slightly faster. It's called roll lifting. If you do a roll like 2 frames after you place a bomb down, it will make the bomb like bounce on the spot, and it will reduce the fuse timer on the bomb by about a second. That's actually a banned glitch in the Glitchless speedrun, so we're not going to be doing that. So we actually use bombs in a completely different way, where we pick them up and throw them like instantly to like instead of doing the roll lift strat. Yeah, I had feet cam at like 100,000, expecting no one to hit it, and then Kato was just grinding every day, like every single stream they were subbing and grinding points just so that they could get feet cam. And the fucking hilarious thing is, I waited to do feet cam for when they were in the rando race and couldn't watch, Also in any percent we do a glitch there to skip that guard, but this is glitchless, no glitches, so we're going to be doing regular movement there through the guard. Yep, see, with the bomb, we can make the bomb explode slightly faster by throwing it as quickly as, we pick up and throw it as quickly as possible after first placing it down. It makes the fuse timer a little bit shorter, but nowhere near as much as doing a roll lift. So we're trying to do that as much as possible with the bombs, because that's not a glitch. I mean, it kind of is, but it's not a banned glitch under the rule set. Enter Krenel. 2030. So my benchmark for what a good early game is a sub 21 enter Krenel. This is 30 seconds faster than that. So there's the rest of the rupees that we needed. We still need a few more. We need another 20 rupees. And we're going to get that red rupee that's on the cliff there. Webcam, please. There we go. There we... Please, webcam. Never mind. Actually, whilst we're doing this section, I quickly want to go back into VOD and see how much time I lost from doing that pause. Not throwing that bomb? What do you mean? What do you mean? No. Okay, so we're not picking up and throwing every single bomb. Sometimes it's more optimal if where we want to use a bomb is much further away from where we actually are. It's normally optimal to actually place down a bomb, pick it up, walk with it all the way over to the spot, and then throw it so that it explodes right on where we want to use it. The bomb you use under the tornadoes, yeah, you never throw that one. No, you pick it up from further back, you walk with it up and then you throw it to the spot and then you do a menu and it explodes as you roll into the loading zone. That's completely optimal. No one, you don't even do it in any percent. You don't do a roll lift or anything like that. If you do, that's not fast. Look, I'm expert. No. Look, who's been spending like a week coming up with all of these strats to use for the Glitchless TAS? No, not you. You haven't done that. It's been me. I'm the one that's doing that. You didn't. This is not Kato's stream. We'll not have this subordination. This is not your task, you liar. 24 flat grip ring. That's very. I think that's a sub 24. I'm pretty sure that's a sub 24 grip ring. Right, so I am trying to find the spot that I paused the emulator by accident. Yeah, it was just over a second. It was like 1.2 seconds. So, yeah, we can just knock that off the times at the end. This room is really sick, by the way. We do some really fancy pushing strats here to preserve our push state. Nice. We use the shield briefly at the end of doing the push. And that preserves our like pushing value, so we can push the objects nearby without having to charge up a push. What are you gonna say now, Kato? That we should do a roll-off there, or like pick up and throw a bomb so that it explodes faster before throwing it across the bridge? When I see your runs, I expect to see that. If you don't do it, I'm not verifying your runs. That's the freest diagonal push that you can do. You just slide against the statue and it will just push. Is that really fast? I swear like I went over that a few times. Is that actually the fastest way of doing that room? Alright, what is this? 28:05. Nice. Not as good as Tompa's TAS. Tompa absolutely like obliterates that room, but that was it's pretty decent anyway. That first bob-on was really rough. I can get through past it. Normally you had to go a little bit slow and then roll through it. I think there's a lot of time save on this split. Maybe not. I'm trying to remember where like I got a huge time loss somewhere that. Actually, no. I think this Cave of Flame like it's gonna definitely save time, but like not a huge chunk. some nice movement through there. Yep, at the 30-minute mark. I think hitting the switch, people get there about 3150, I want to say. 3140, 3150, when we actually hit the switch at the top right corner. This is a hell of a lot faster than that. So get sub 31 is ridiculous. Yeah, that's an actually insane time up to that point. We time up to that. I've got a metric for the time that we get to that switch, because in any percent in Glitchless, the run is basically identical up to that point, and then in any percent, this is the first major skip that we do back in that room. So this is where it kind of diverges and isn't a good benchmark for a similar time anymore. So for anyone who's experienced it at any percent but not Glitchless, all of this is going to be very different. Did I get a good fight here? I think yeah, okay. Sorry, after seeing... Wow. Oof. 8.5 seconds? Okay, that is actually quite a big chunk of time save. I say that. I actually know how much time save I will start I can be getting later on in the game, and it's a lot. We're already a minute ahead, and we're only half an hour in. This is an over 2-hour run, so nothing that we've been doing here has been particularly hard. This is just very optimal. But yeah, back with that Kane fight. We did a spin attack and only killed 2 of them at the very beginning. I thought that I got that perfectly. It doesn't save any time from not killing, by only killing 2 of them as opposed to 3. But I just remembered one of the recordings that I did of it. Had a very bad end, which also had only 2 kills, but it's fine. Okay, this room. Did I do anything good here? Okay. That room can be a little bit faster with the roller bites. If you get good RNG and they're mostly in front of the hole, they can get knocked in on their own. So you don't need to throw all 4 of them in. You only need to throw 3, and then when as you're throwing them, they get knocked into the holes. I was looking up DBX's old videos. DBX is a really old runner from 2017. They held the world record for when they did their they did a run of Minish Cap at Games Done Quick in 2017. Awesome Games Done Quick 2017. That was when DBX did their run. They also had a video on their YouTube which showed off them doing a rollerbike room, and they threw 2 of the rollerbites into the holes, and each one time they did it, one of the other rollerbites got knocked in as well, so it saved so much time, but really, really inconsistent. But yeah, we're going to be going through the lava basement here. Sorry, I glossed over the fact that we skipped one of the lava platforms by doing a very quick movement over 2 platforms whilst they were next to each other. That saves quite a nice bit of time. It's not too scary once you practice it a little bit and get used to the timing. It's not too difficult. The main theme with Glitchless is there's no difficult tricks other than If you're used to any percent, none of the stuff that we do in this is going to be anywhere near as difficult. Other than, I would say, like, one of the bomb strats that we use to skip a puzzle in the last dungeon is a little bit tricky. I choked it in my world record run. I choked it about 5 times in a row and lost 45 seconds. Nice. Only 2.6 gold. Interesting. I know Darky's got a much better time through that section than I do. And I'm wondering... I've got the comparison here. Let me just check Darky. That was only half a second faster than Darky. That's how good Darky's Cave of Flames is actually, which is insane. Like, it's very hard to beat. I guess it's all in that rollerbike room, to be honest. Now, I'm legally obligated to inform you that there are Glee Rocks on the wall of this dungeon. You look at the top wall. There are little markings of Glee Rock. Look at that heart RNG as well. That was a lot of hearts. I didn't think I was gonna get that shot there, by the way. I was worried. I was like, hold on, what is with this Glee Rock fight? But yeah, that was just... I don't know. I don't know how to explain that fight. That was jank. But it doesn't lose any time because it's kind of an auto-scroller. Yeah, not much explanation needed for Glee Rock. 0.7. I thought I had, like, I've got a really good gold on Glee Rock, mainly because I've done lots of runs, so it's such a short thing with minimal things that can go wrong. You're just bound to eventually get a super optimal gold that you don't really beat, but yeah, 0.7 is quite a lot for that fight. Was that a 152? Yeah. And now we climb down the mountain. There's a bomb drop there. We didn't actually need to pick up that up because we've got max bombs at the moment from when we left, when we were back in the dungeon. There's a guaranteed bomb pot that we go past twice, so we go back up to 10 bombs, so that's not something we have to worry about. Also, when we were in the dungeon, we picked up a 50 rupee. And also before the dungeon, we picked up 20 rupees, so we picked up 70. And like some rupees, like some single rupees that we picked up on the floor as well, so we're on 74. We only need 60 to be able to buy the wake up mushroom. Yeah, now we're off to upgrade our sword. After beating Glee Rock and going back to Malari's Mines, you get the green sword from him, but you immediately come to Hyrule Castle to upgrade it to the red sword. Now, I've always been unsure of this gold. because I've never been able to get close to it again after I set it a very long time ago. And I'm like, why is that the case? That I don't do anything different here, but I'm always like several seconds behind this gold. By the way, 37:19 is such a ridiculous fire element time. Like, that's almost bordering on like what you can expect from an any percent runner. Hold up, does Navi doesn't have a good early game on their run? Do they have? What is their okay? Navi Lin's any percent fire element time is a 37:03. This is 16 seconds off on Glitchless. In Cave of Flames, we do a set of glitches to save like 3 minutes. That's how much of on another level this gameplay is here. Nice. That's completely RTA viable. We do that all the time. It's not like a TAS thing to do that fight like that. But yeah, walk up, walk down, slash up, and then just slash them 3 times. They die like that. Now we're gonna get more cutscenes, because this game loves cutscenes in this section. God, I remember when any percent was like this a year ago. After you get the fire element, it's just a 10-minute section of just cutscenes, and there's just nothing interesting about this. And then we got a Chrono Clip, and then it made it more interesting because we just go directly to boots. Nice. Yobert. Thanks for the good luck. We're still watching the TAS, and then we'll get onto the to actually doing practice runs for Glitchless in a little bit. Yeah, this is the Human Theory TAS. This is why it's a minute ahead of world record, and we're only out of the second dungeon. It's a TAS. It's the Human Theory TAS, so it's only doing human viable strats for Glitchless. Gonna see what the limit is on this category with this run. I am aware of what the finish time is, and it's pretty nuts, let's say that. So, there's definitely more time saved to come. I was aware of, like, at the beginning, I saved like 20 seconds in Deepwood Shrine. That's because my recce run sucked there. But then this TAS just plays so much better than any of my golds ever have up through the rest of this section. Is the TAS already officially released. No, this isn't Tompa's any percent TAS. That is a multi-year project. This is something that I did over 2 days. So this is a human theory TAS. So it's just I use TAS tools to go through the glitchless run, and I basically just played normally, and in any rooms that I made a mistake, I just went back and re-recorded. That's basically what I did. So yeah, a actual TAS takes several years to make. This took 2 days, so there's a little bit of a difference in how how much perfection goes into a full TAS versus like a human theory. Just as an example, enter Cave of Flames, we got a 28-minute time. Tompa's TAS gets a 26-minute time. That's 2 minutes faster. There's no route difference at that point. There's no extra glitches that you can do. In fact, the route is actually slower for any percent, but it's still 2 minutes faster. That's just pure optimization and how much dedication and work has gone into that any percent TAS versus this. But that's just an example. Yeah, this is pretty much a segmented run, but with instead of grinding a thing over and over again with lots of segments, I use some TAS tools to change frames here and there and some inputs, just to make it so that I can make this as quickly as possible. Right, what is this? Oh my god, this is gonna be a big gold. Yep. I thought that getting a low 49 on boots was good. I was like, as long as I get sub 50 boots, it's a fine run. 47. Wait, sorry. Wait, no, sub 49 is what I try and go for, actually. Will there ever be a 100% TAS? Probably never. Because there's very few factors that we have to take into account for any percent. Yet, they're still so complicated that it takes years to figure out all of the parts that are going to fit together to make it work. The 100% speedrun has just an exponentially more stuff that we need to do, which means that a task can't be made fast enough before it's obsoleted by new discoveries. Like, we can't ever put enough work into a 100% task to actually finish it before new stuff gets discovered. That means it's worthless and we should make a better one. A human theory task for Hundo, though, absolutely can exist. And in fact, I really do want to make one. I will be making a 100% human theory task soon. Don't expect it like next week, but like it's on my list of things to do in this game. I do want to do it. Because I'm really curious as to how low the time can go. And I've just made a new route for Hundo. I haven't got a good run on it yet, but I am close to the 4-hour mark, and I really do want to get a sub 4-hour time. And world record's only a 3:58, which is just like within 2 minutes of the 4-hour mark, so you know, that's close. 3:30. I put 3:45 as my estimate. It's better to overestimate with a TAS and then be pleasantly surprised by going well under it. So the swamp here, very nice. Movement throughout all of this. Yeah, like a sub 50 bow is actually ridiculous. I don't think I've ever got a run that's got a sub 50 bow time. This is like a 48. Interesting. That menu was a little bit slow. I think you can mash a little bit faster there. Nice. Would I use figurine minute for 100%? There is no other way of doing the 100% speedrun if you don't do the figurine minute. If you don't do the figurine minute, then you need to get the figurines randomly, which is not happening. You either put in 100% every single time, in which case you need thousands of shells, and you can only hold 999 shells at a time. So you have to do multiple trips, which is slow. The figurine minute is not as bad as people make it out to be. Yes, it's long, yes, it's boring, but it's not technically difficult. You just press the slash button whenever the notes say to do it. The most difficult part of it is just staying focused for 35 minutes. It's been such a while since I've seen Wind Ruins because Glitchless, sorry, not Glitchless, Hundo and Any Percent kind of just completely skip this area now. Interesting. Interesting. That's how I did that fight. Okay. Yeah, I got really unlucky with that rope. Normally you pick up and throw those rocks at the rock beetles. Oh. Very impressive Enter Fortress time. 54 is what I normally expect there. A low 54. Sub 54 is like, wow. And, yeah. Nice. I remember having to do that a lot of recordings for that to get that, but I've certainly got it RTA before, so that's why I went for it. Close to sub-hour without glitches. Yeah, what's my Enter Mazao is like a 101. This dungeon's going to be very fast. I don't think we're suddenly going to save 2 minutes in this dungeon, so we're not getting a sub-hour Ocarina, but we're definitely getting a sub-hour Enter Mazao, which is ridiculous. So normally you kill all of the ropes in this room, but that rope kind of is a little bit dumb and wasn't actually getting in our way at all, so we just ignored him. One of the other things with Glitchless as well is you lose a lot of time to taking damage and then having to manage that in a way. It's completely unreasonable to expect to not take much, not take damage, to not take enough damage that you just can ignore it. That's what the Glitchless run is mainly about, is you are going to take damage. There's not much you can do to avoid that. What you can do is figure out what you're going to do because of the damage you've taken. Are you going to get extra hearts? Are you going to play a little bit safer? This saves so much time over an actual run because it doesn't need to think about that stuff. it just never gets hit. That Armo strat is a little bit sketchy. You have to get pretty lucky with the Armos moving in the right direction so that you can create your clones like that. You can lose like a good 10-15 seconds if you're trying to charge up your clones and like you activate the Armos to move in the way that we try to make it move, and it just moves in a different direction. It's random. It's RNG based which direction is it, like how it's gonna move. So we've got no real fast way of doing that. That is consistent because we just have to kind of rely on luck there. Nice slow menu there. Just pause, sit on the menu for a little bit, and then decide to press the buttons. I can't remember what Dark Nut RNG I got here. Okay, we got a dash. And a bad menu. Two guaranteed hits from these guys, you just can't avoid. Health is not good here. Normally you wouldn't necessarily go over to the left and grab hearts, but you would have probably grabbed hearts earlier in the dungeon. Nice! 11 seconds. That is a lot of time saved there, because that's honestly a really difficult section of this dungeon. Like it's half a dungeon. It's quite a long section with a lot of tricky stuff going on. So saving 11 seconds pretty much makes sense. Now this room here is the bane of my existence. We got good hand movement there. They just kind of stayed away from us. We used the bow and killed them. In every single one of my attempts to beat my world record, any good run I've had has been grabbed by those wall masters and gets sent back to the beginning of the dungeon, which loses an entire minute. So that just instantly kills your run. Nice, we get a free bomb drop. I didn't manip that, I just got lucky. But yeah, we didn't get grabbed. We grab the key with the clone, roll through. I remember trying to get through that rolling pin was such a pain. It kept on knocking us in the wrong direction, and I had to redo that section so many times to actually get that. It was really dumb. So yeah, what is like the major time losses of the world record run is pretty much all in like there's about 20 seconds in the first dungeon. There's 25 seconds odd in after this dungeon, in the split after the Ocarina up to Power Bracelets. That has a 25-second time loss because I'm dumb. That was really fucking close, but I did that first try. That wasn't a re-record required there. Yeah, and here we grab the boss key. And then the other big time loss in the world record run is like 45 seconds in the final dungeon because of one difficult strat that I choked. World record is heavily improvable as long as you can get a run that doesn't get very bad luck in most of the sections. But I feel like I can improve record as long as I can get out of Fortress. If I can get past Fortress without getting grabbed, then I can like continue a decent pace run that is like maybe a little bit slower than record, but yeah, we are nearly 2 minutes ahead of record. Record was best pace ever up to Mazao. I'm pretty sure. Imagine getting sub 1 hour Ocarina I think if I fully optimize this, I could. I'm pretty certain I could. Because, like, Tompa's task gets to at Enter Cave of Flames, it's already 2 minutes faster, and it doesn't do any glitches. Or any major, like, sure, you can take away some of the things that it does that is a little bit over the edge, but, yeah, a fully optimized glitchless task could get a sub-hour ocarina, I think. Lost a few frames on that eye in Mazao? Yeah, I know, imagine losing frames, that's what I really care about. Nice eyes, by the way. If you noticed that I wasn't doing the optimal route to the pillars in Mazao, it's because I knew where the pillars were going to be, because it's segmented, so you just know where it's going to be, so you just go to it. Not beating Mazao with the Smith's sword. Nice. 101. Yeah, Dreamy's going for trying to get a 34 in Fire Rod. I would be grinding alongside them, but little bit busy. For example, on Wednesday we've got a GDQ hotfix run. The Wednesday show is the Never Before Seen, which is dedicated to speedruns of categories that have never been at a main GDQ event. Minish Cap Glitchless has never been at a main Games Done Quick event, so we've been invited to do a demonstration run for GDQ hotfix. So we'll be there. I'll be joined by TGH, who's the current any% world record holder, and we'll be doing a run of Glitchless. That's going to be Wednesday at 10 PM Eastern. So for European people, that's actually Thursday morning at like 4 AM. So really awful time for you guys, and for me as well. It's like 3 AM for my time in the UK. It is really late. Yo, Bert, thanks for stopping by. See you later. Those equips... Don't bully my equips, okay? They suck, I know. I couldn't be asked to optimize a lot of... I tried, like, sometimes I got really annoyed at the menus, and then I really tried to optimize them. But sometimes I just wasn't too bothered. Yeah, so... Glitchless, we have to go around and do all of the book quests. It's not too tedious, as long as you know where the flags are that you need to set, like the specific people that you need to talk to. Like at the beginning we walked to Lake to talk to a Minish. That opened up the library. We went into the library and talked to a library Minish. That actually gets the books to spawn. Now we're going to talk to this dog and save 25 seconds over world record because they forgot to talk to the dog. It's a lot of stuff. We're going to talk to another Minish in a second, because... Yeah. Imagine not talking to Doggo. But yeah, in Reki Run, I managed to get all the... I regrew, went up to the dog just wasn't moving, and I was like, oh no. You have to re-Minish and then talk to the dog. You can't talk to the dog whilst you're big. It won't move. That, having to shrink and go and talk to the dog and then regrow, it's 25 seconds. Talk to dog %. That is, it's basically just a fight. It's just a Earth element. IL. It's like you just do Deepwood and then you go to town and then you talk to a dog. You don't need the cane. Oh, you mean talk to a dog as Minish? Because you don't need any items to talk to a dog. You just need to go to town, but you can only go to town after you've beaten Deepwood. Can you do Cafe Lady OG with a bottle? No. And get bottle OG? I think you can get bottle OG, sure. What use is that though? Power bracelets? Oh boy. That's a big time save. For memes. Okay, yeah, sure. So, back in that cave that we got the power bracelets in, you'd normally throw one of the pots that has a fairy and bottle it. We don't need that. Not in this run. So this is a little bit faster than what I would actually want to do, but there may be a point in the future that you're just so... This category's so optimized that you don't even want to go out of your way to get a fairy. That feels bizarre to me that you would ever optimize this run to that point. A nice visual cue I use for this book is you want to be left of the Bloomish. You want to try and like align up with him and make sure that you're like at least 1 pixel to the left, and then you're far enough on the book that it will actually trigger the drop. And then you can just slash to let the time pass by. There's green book. We got 1 book left. We got the red book, we got the green book, now we need the blue book in Lake. Imagine needing a visual cue. Imagine not using a visual cue, standing around on it, and then your clones die because you didn't make the book drop because you weren't stood on the right spot. Imagine. Couldn't happen to anyone, could it? Could it? If you messed up, you should retire from any percent. Good thing we don't do that in any percent. So you can't mess up the strats you don't do. Ding donk. If you get 4 cycle green, you should retire from any percent. True. Nice roll there. Yo, Straylight, how's it going? We're nearly 3 minutes ahead. So those sideways puffs are actually faster because of diagonal speed. Yeah, so the diagonal movement on lily pads is like additive. If you move in your max speed direction, like in one direction, if you like to add it in a sideways component to that, the diagonal speed cap is a lot higher, but then it also like shares it to the pure horizontal or vertical speed as well, and makes that a little bit faster than what your regular top speed is. It's interesting. Nice new little time saver that we got there. We can actually roll behind the counter and talk to that lady from behind and hand in the books from the back. And we want to do it from the back because we want to go up the back side of the library, so it's faster to talk to her from that side instead of having to go around the bench again. Not even taking the Alari money. We don't need money from this point. Like, as soon as we bought the mushroom, like, what, half an hour ago, we just don't need money anymore. That's the only thing that we care about, is those, like, the 3 things at the beginning of the run. There's another fairy that's available here in that bottom middle pot, but we don't need it here in this TAS run. Also, what are hitboxes on the Scissor Beetle's horns? That took a lot of efforts to be able to slash them without their horn hitbox appearing, but yeah, that was fun. Imagine not buying the boomerang, yeah. Imagine never, like, reading up what the glitchless route is, and your first ever run, you bought the boomerang. Imagine doing that. Lamau. That felt really slow, that movement, but maybe I'm just used to the butterfly with the flippers or something. I don't know. No portal items. Ugh. Imagine not doing glitches in your glitchless run. Cape jumping over due to rando. If we can get the cape before coming to droplets, then sure thing. We're gonna see, yeah, we get a full view of this entire dungeon. We're gonna see every room. There's not a single room in this dungeon that we're not going to in this run. It might feel slow. I mean, I haven't done rando in a while. It felt slow because I've been doing hundo recently, and in hundo we get the flippers. We get the flippers butterfly. Yeah. Sorry, I just words. We get the flippers butterfly, the Schmetterling, and we that lets us swim a little bit faster. So that's why the swimming felt slow. Madapilla Compass, we don't get every item, but we go into every room. Well, oh, okay. We don't actually go into the Ice Madapilla fight. That's the one room we don't go into. Nice little slide there. With the Eslo trigger. Dash up into that to get boosted up a little bit, saves a little bit of time. Is the lily pad room skip in Droplets a glitch? No, we just respawn the lily pad to its intended location. That's not a glitch. The lily pad's supposed to respawn to that spot, so we just use that to skip the room. It's not our fault the devs were dumb and just put the respawn point of the lily pad after the puzzle. Yeah, not a glitch. I can't remember what I did here. There is a glitch. That is right here. I don't know if this does it. I can't remember if I left it in or not. I definitely remember recording it, but I can't remember if I went back and got rid of it. Because it's technically slower, but it's cool, and that's all that we care about. For the GDQ run, if I get grabbed in Fortress and the run is like dead, like there's no chance of it being a PB, I will go for the glitch here to invalidate the run. Okay, we do it. We do it here. Okay, we're doing it. Technically not a glitchless run because we just did a glitch there. I'm showing that off because this is the only category that can show that off. It doesn't save any time, but I'm showing it off anyway because it's cool. Invalidated run. I will do that at the GDQ run if the run is dead, basically. So, wait, so the glitches that are slower banned... All glitches are banned. It doesn't matter if they're faster or slower. We asked about that glitch. We agreed that it's banned, even though it's slower. it's just it's banned. I know it's cool, but like you shouldn't go for it. Is the event online or offline? It's online. It's a hotfix. All of the GDQ hotfixes are done online. Nice scissor beetle fight. Scissor beetle fights are so difficult in Glitchless because you don't have the magic boomerang. That was like 20 seconds faster, dude. That's fucking nuts. Imagine banning roll lifts. Roll lifts are... Yeah, so, like, the argument for why roll lifts are banned is because it glitches the picking up animation and cancels it. That's the glitch aspect of it. So yeah, you're not allowed to do roll lifts, and it's not specifically roll lifts on bombs. It's roll lifts on anything. You're not supposed to do them. They can happen accidentally at times to like a pot that you roll up to a pot, and then like if you manage to roll frame perfectly or something, that you just instantly smash the pot that you're next to with a roll lift. Not much you can do about that. Yo, sorry, like, thanks. I really appreciate that. I mean, there's accidental roll lifts where you were never intending to do a roll lift and just did it by accident. Like you weren't trying. You don't even have the muscle memory for doing it in any other like category or anything. But then there's also the accidental roll lifts of you roll lifted a bomb because you've just been grinding any percent and were used to doing a bomb roll lift at that spot in the run, and just forgot that in Glitchless you're not supposed to do that. That's another kind. That's 100% like don't do that. No, your run gets invalidated if that happens. We're not allowing your dumbassery. Because you could have avoided doing that. You have no idea how to roll lift the green bean? Yeah, roll lifting the green bean, like, it's... whatever. You don't want to roll lift the green bean because it's slower. You need to pick it up and carry it. If you roll lift it, it's just going to bob up on the spot, and you're like, okay, right, I just lost a second because I have to pick it up again. I've never roll lifted that. Oh no, I can't say never. I've roll lifted it once, but I've seen other people do it really commonly. I don't know how they do it so commonly because it's been extremely rare for me. Oh no, what is this fight? I get really shit Blue Chew RNG on the regular. Just don't question it. You've roll lifted Cuckoos. Yeah, roll lifting Cuckoos is a great one. It's like, what the fuck? I'll say use the Gust Jar early. I don't give a fuck about this fight. You don't really care to optimize this fight because you can get fucked by RNG and it's completely outside of your control, and all of that completely invalidates any of the time save that you're trying to make by optimizing it, so what's the point? Or, not invalidates, it completely negates all of the time save that you were trying to make in the fight anyway. And it's mostly an auto-scroller anyway as well, so... Fucking ridiculous Scissor Beetle fight. It wasn't completely perfect. There was so... Every time I hit the horn, was... Like, there was no way of slashing those Scissor Beetles without hitting the horns. It was really dumb. Nice. Imagine getting through that section like that. Yeah, and then you got time there to kill those guys. Nice. Not the most perfect fight in there. Well, not as impressive, but it was still a good room. This area really fucking sucks because of just the mass of enemies that are in this room. There's something like 8 pestos and like 6 blue guys, and I haven't counted all of the enemies, but it's actually a ridiculous amount of enemies that are in this area that you have to contend with. Nice bootstrap through there, very nice. That movement there is really tricky to ice slide through that section without falling off. So I always use the visual cue in the previous room. As soon as I see Link, I slash and then start charging the sword to move over to this area. You can be a little bit more optimal and start charging the sword earlier in the underground path. Like, I think when you dash all the way up to the top right corner in the underground path, you can do like 2 rolls left and then sword start charging sword, but this is all basically exactly the same how I do it, RTA. You have quite a large amount of time to do this if you do it optimally, like, see, like how much extra time I had with the clone there. Real bad, firebar movement there. I also tried to go as close to the firebars as possible without actually hitting them, just to make people nervous. So, yeah, this room's very nice as well. Just like the precise movement that we were doing with the underground, with the rolling pins and the water movement. We can get a free heart there without losing any time, which is really nice. So this room, it's technically possible to get the Madapillars to move in such a way so that you can use a spin attack to kill them in one cycle, but I didn't go for it. The Madapillars weren't going into the right places to make it worth going for, and I also didn't want an RNG minute. I had time before this room so that I could have slashed a bunch of times waiting for the bomb to explode in the previous room, so we get a good Madapillar movement, but I just decided not to go for it. Wouldn't it be better to not turn off the lantern before the puzzle? Clones cancel the lantern. So, yeah. That's not an option. God, 119 lantern, that's so insane. Like, I get over 22. Like, that's kind of the range that I'm looking at, is a... Wow, that's crazy. So here we're doing a save and quit for Octo minute. Yeah, we lose like 10 seconds by doing the save and quit to get back into this room, but it means that we go into Octo with a unknown amount of RNG, known value on the RNG. And that was 30 seconds saved in the second half of that dungeon. Pretty nuts. That was 30 seconds saved over gold. I'm pretty sure record was gold. I think record was gold, I'm not sure. At least it was really close to it. 124, wow. I'm pretty sure that my best water element. This is my best water element. Maybe it's not, because I'm not too sure. I don't think I've ever got a sub 130 water element. This is just going to absolutely destroy that. So, by the way, the halfway mark for the run is the power bracelet split. That's normally where we mark as like the halfway point is getting the power bracelets. It's a little bit earlier in that split. But yeah, there was Octo. We RNG manipulated the final cycle to only fire rocks, and yeah, only 0.3 faster because that's completely identical to how we do it in runs. Like we just practice and copy the movement identically like that. Nice little optimization by TGH. You go above the heart container and dash down, and as you dash towards the warp, the green warp, you pick up the heart container on the way. So you can use the dead time to charge up a boot dash so you have maximum movement heading towards the green warp. Saves a very small amount of time, but it's a nice optimization. So the king comes and visits us as we beat the Temple of Droplets, and normally in any percent you just ignore him, and it's like, okay, screw you, I'm gonna skip the graveyard and cloud tops, and we're gonna go directly to Palace of Winds. But this is glitchless. We're actually gonna do that. We're actually gonna go to the graveyard and. So we had to use the bombs there to blow up the wall on the way. That saves a menu because now we've got sword and boots equipped, and we're going to keep it throughout like the whole of the next couple sections, all the way up to actually going into Royal Crypt. Now this is a really short split. It's 3 minutes, but it's mostly cutscenes and very little movement. So there shouldn't be too much time save here. We had big time saves in sections where there was a lot going on. There was wherever there's like enemy fights and tricky-ish movement, you're always going to get big time saves. So power bracelets, flippers, blue warp, like enter Octo, all of the Temple of Droplets stuff and the stuff right before that is all really technical, difficult fights and stuff, so big time saves to be had there. Shouldn't be getting like that big of a time save here. Still a little bit, 5 seconds, nice. So we're just going the same movement here that you would do reading the signs as up, left, left, up, right, up, to go through the Lost Woods, and then dash through here to get to Dampe. Now, Kato and Dreamy saw all of this stuff because I was working on it yesterday. Am I recording the button counts? No, I'm not. At the beginning of it, I tried loading up your script and it just wasn't working. I was trying to... You weren't here. I was saying I was having trouble getting it. It just wasn't working. I ran it and it just wasn't running. Like, I was pressing the buttons and it wasn't... Nothing was happening. It was just showing the input display, but there wasn't any other script functions that were working. Yeah, the settings were just locked. I mean, I could press U to move the thing around, but that was like the only hotkey that was actually working. Oh, did you give me a copy of it that has the settings locked? Did I load the TAS tools instead of the other version? I tried both of the scripts. Royal Crypt, there wasn't anything super fancy there that we don't do in actual runs. This fight is it's basically the best you want to expect to get it. You just don't want to get grabbed by the Gibdos. How good is this? Oh my god. This is going to be a lot of time save. Wow. Right, now we go up to Cloud Tops. That looked really erratic. I was kind of manipulating that Octo. That Octo was trying to get in the way as much as possible, so I did a bunch of rolls there to make it so that it was going in the different direction. Couldn't really deal with it. And we just didn't want to take damage as well, so you'd normally just not care about the Octo and go through it. We're going to grab bombs here before we go on to make sure that... You know what? I could probably have picked up and thrown another bomb at that Octo to deal with it. That's probably a good strat. Is as long as you're in that cave with 5 bombs or more, then well, we're on 6 bombs, so we got a spare bomb to use. Stair walking animations, I know. Imagine not using the fire rod to skip everything. Ocarina boost incoming. Yeah, you're doing glitches in our glitchless run. So 5 golden kinstones in the Cloud Tops. 5, what are they called? Like clouds to fuse off, fuse on. That's like skipping Karlov Medal in Hundo, skipping Ocarina Boost. You're doing a glitchless run, which says do not do glitches. So you don't do them. What? Get this guy to fall off like that. Nice. Oh, you're saying the glitch isn't explicitly banned? Yet. It's not actually banned yet. Should probably add that to the rules. No Ocarina boosts. Time to steal world record, yeah. It's not like your run will be, like, retroactively invalidated. As soon as the rules get updated. So there's a little strat coming up here. When we fly up through this tornado, we're going to dig some of the clouds out of the way, jump into a tornado and glide to a little bit of a further section. I found this by watching a casual streamer get lost here and just glide in completely wrong directions, and they eventually just stumbled into this and managed to go the right way, and I was like, okay, I guess we're doing that in Glitchless. That saves some time. So it saves a couple of going up and down a couple of tornadoes. And we do a nice little strat there to bait the shark to jump off the edge. That's pretty funny. I could see another time save here in Cloudtops happening. Just because I don't know. It seems to be complex enough that there might just be something that we've overlooked. Maybe. It only saved 1 second, by the way. In Glitchless, the time saves and the new strats that we discover, they say it's like SM64 120 star. You're only going to get time saves of like a second or two at a time, and that's huge for the category. It's only in any percent in this game that we get time saves that will save like a couple minutes. Shoutouts to Fire. Yeah, Fire just got a 40-second time saver on a just over 30-minute category. 40 seconds is huge. And then a new route which saves 25 seconds. Oh, sorry, what was it? 22? Speaking of 20 seconds of time save, that was all just doing Cloudtops better. That wasn't a new route or anything. That was just playing it perfectly without making huge mistakes. It's 26 seconds? Nice. I was watching Carol stream. She called the old lady there Dad because we're not going to go past it again, but I should have pointed out the carpet on the floor in front of her has like a couple symbols on the floor, and it looks like it spells the word Dad. It's just like really funny. There's so many of these rooms that I did the movement and then it like fucked up. Something bad went wrong, and I was like, okay, look at what I intended to do. Change one frame by like changing an input by one frame, and then it just played out perfectly, and I'm like, that's what I intended to do, but my inputs were one frame off. I need to pick up like console. I think I do actually need to pick up a console because I can't deal with emulator lag anymore. It's unreal. I can improve substantially by just picking up a console. Because I know that my execution is starting to get limited by the emulator performance. That was such a stupid fight. We're keeping it though. 5-second time save. It could be a little bit more. I was very dumb. I got hit unnecessarily by the wizard. I didn't realise until watching it back later, and I was like, hang on. That was a terrible wizard fight. Fuck it. We're losing a second there. Okay, we're not. When I discovered it, I'd already finished Palace. I didn't want to redo this entire dungeon again. Oh yeah, Glee Rock rocks and are both RNG and global timer dependent. Very fun. I didn't do optimal movement through the skulls. You can walk through the skulls with your clones, and if you like vibrate like frame perfectly as you're walking through it, like oscillating Link's clones, you can stop them from dying, because like their death timer gets reset as you walk from one skull to the other, and can like make it so that you walk through the skulls by alternating which skull is killing each clone. It's a really weird thing. I didn't go for it. Doing Wurble Hop here to skip. Oh no, never mind. Guess we're doing bracelet skip. I believe that's the same route through the pots that the 2017 TAS did. Wait, does the 2017 TAS do that? I think it does. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. ...2017 TAS was actually before Boss Talk Clip, wasn't it? It was like a couple months before, so then it was like, okay, I guess... God, this new any % TAS is going to do so many new strats, it's actually insane. Alright, we're going to do Ocarina Boost here, because it's not banned under the Glitchless rule set. Okay, never mind. God, Palace is such a fun dungeon, and all of this movement is basically exactly the same RTA as it is like doing the TAS here. It's hard to tell the difference. We just like love the movement so much. This fight, just watch. Yeah, that's nice. Getting that guy pinned against that pillar like that and just doing the slash timing on that was really sick. This Stalfos you can kind of ignore most of the time. Just stay away from him, or you can bait him far away. There's a lot of ways you can deal with that without actually having to kill that guy. Because you have to charge up your clones, so... Oh yeah, this fight's good. Nice. Just RNG manip to the top moblin to walk into the top bomb and die. Didn't have to really RNG manip it because just I got it lucky on the first time that I did it. Look, I can Kato and Dreamy can vouch that I got that first try and then had to just do some slight modifications to kill the other moblin. Yeah, it was the second kill that I had to modify that fight to actually get by knocking it into the bottom bomb. But 20 seconds saved in first half of Palace. I don't know how. It's mostly the moblin fight, not gonna lie. The moblin fight saved a lot of time because killing them at the same time the bomb explodes is perfect, so you can't get any faster than that. Oh, you were eating dinner when that happened. Kato was here. Kato can vouch. Nice bomb strat here, in that previous room. What was that? Why didn't I re-record that? Yeah, okay, that was bad movement. Just jump into the rolling spike. Holy shit, that jump? Wait, which jump? I don't think any of the jumps I did there were particularly... The first jump? Was it really bad, or was it really good? Or when I jumped on around a corner to jump to the middle. I think I always do it like that, right? I was like 1 pixel off. 1 pixel off what? That menu seemed unreasonably fast. I don't know why that was so good. I think I over-tasked that. Nice. Love a good YOLO jump. Nice. Epic. A lot of time saving here just by doing a better route with bombs. If we don't fuck up any bomb uses, this is optimal, but it means we're going into Deepwood with, going into Dark Hyrule Castle with less bombs than we would like. Going in with 10 is it's safer because there's a couple of strats in Dark Hyrule Castle that we need to use bombs for that are you can choke on, and you can use extra bombs than what you're intending to use. I just realised I could have hopped over the spikes there to not lose any health, but that's not something you have to worry about too much. I could have probably... if this was an actual run, I would probably grab the hearts on the way into the Georg fight, and I should have also had a fairy in my bottle, but yeah, that's all good. Another 20 seconds saved. Six minutes ahead, oh my lord. Not doing K plus strats. Yeah, imagine doing slower strats that just deal damage to you for no reason. God, I remember just lagging like hell from this point on, and everything just being so much harder to do. I had to just like nearly TAS all of this stuff instead of just doing it basically segmented. God, I wasn't even hitting those eyes. The top two left eyes weren't. Cloneless pattern. It doesn't matter. That was an awful green cycle to avoid getting hit though. I think I had to reset my emulator mid-fight, didn't I, to be able to do the fight without it lagging. I just realised... that is... Okay, only golding by 2 seconds, that is seriously impressive. That is ridiculously impressive. My gold on Georg is absolutely ridiculous. I am adamant I will never, ever gold the Georg fight ever again as long as I play this game. Unless some new thing is discovered that lets us one cycle Georg or something. But if we're doing Georg fight the intended way, I will never ever gold that split again. My gold gets everything completely perfect luck and execution wise. There is no way for me to improve that. So being 2 seconds faster is like, what? God, my PC is just fucking grind. There's like a grinding noise going on inside my PC. What the fuck, dude? Like, can you not? Wow. Like 150 flat getting the full sword. Okay, so when I'm on a run and I get to this point and I look at the timer, the thing I'm looking at is when I enter Dark Hyrule Castle, if I'm under 2 hours, that's when I know I'm on world record pace. We're currently 151. Streamer, why reset the game? It's the intro cutscene again. Oh no, reset. Reset with a new save file. Yeah, we're 6 minutes ahead. The time saves are not done. We're going to be saving a lot of time in this next dungeon. Why is... Those text boxes were awful. What? God, I almost want to go back and redo that. What the fuck? That was terrible. Why was that text box so badly done? It was probably lag. You're not... Yeah, you're not wrong. So there is a glitch in this room. If you activate you save one of the guards or the minister here and hit the Aslo trigger at the same time. So we need to specifically avoid that glitch by not doing it at the same time. So we made sure to release and so that Link didn't hit the trigger until well afterwards. So this is about 10 seconds slower than doing the glitch because we have to wait for all of those things individually. Nice. 152.46. Yeah, my world record run was at 159 flat, which was like a minute faster than the 2 hour mark, so I knew that like I was on a really good run at the time. I did that room like that. I did that first try with no recording. Normally those wisps will get in your way and fuck you. There is nothing you can do to stop them from getting in your way. I just got ridiculously lucky this time. Normally when I'm actually on runs, I will have the Gust Jar equipped and I will suck them up with the Gust Jar to kill them. Because that's faster than getting cursed. When one of them hits you, you can't do anything for 10 seconds. So it's faster just to use the Gust Jar and suck them up and then just go through normally. Can you... PC, can you stop? Right, save and quit here. So we're going to be doing an RNG manipulation here. There's a moblin over on the left side. That's going to be in the way. So we're going to do a boot tap there. One bit of dust before we dash left. Gets the moblin to walk up and not get in our way, which is really nice. So there's a nice little RTA optimization there to save some health. DHZZZ, wow. Yeah, this is such a really difficult and nerve-wracking part of the run. Dark Hyrule Castle on world record pace is brutal. That's the first of the bomb strats in Dark Hyrule Castle. We've got 2. That one's relatively easy, and it's the same as what we do in the any % speedrun, so people are normally pretty familiar with that. The next one we're going to do is really tricky. It's something that I get all the time first try in practice and just choke the hell out of in runs. But also sometimes I don't practice it at all. Do a YOLO run and just get it first try and don't really and be like, oh, okay. So this is a bit wild on how difficult it can be. I'm doing another save and quit there. We don't actually do any kind of RNG manipulation from this save and quit. Yeah, imagine taking like 10 minutes to do Dark Hyrule Castle instead of 30 seconds. Just fire on things. But yeah, that was Cannon Room, second Cannon Room first try. Nice Keaton Room, go through here. Gonna fight this Dark Nut. Can probably RNG Minip this Dark Nut. But I don't know how worth it is. Because you need to get a perfect second Cannon Room. And I can save 45 seconds in the Cannon Room alone. I don't need to optimize that Dark Nut fight yet. All of this section's a little bit boring. This is like just the chill out section to like relax because you have just come out of quite a difficult section at the early part of the dungeon. And then after this section, it's all kind of a little bit I wouldn't say difficult, but precise movement and fights. We do RNG Minips, so they shouldn't be difficult. You just do them exactly the same way as you've practiced, and they should work every single time. It's just don't get nervous. Alright, what the splits at here? It's like, okay. This room's great. Love it. I did that a couple of tries, but managed to get that like completely RTA. That was a segmented section. I didn't test that. Gonna fall and die there. That respawns us back at the last solid tile that we touched. And now the Black Knight fight. So this has 45 seconds of free time save over Reki. That was 1 minute and 9 seconds faster than Reki. 45 seconds of which was just in the second cannon room. So that was 26 seconds faster than like a good run. Like what my gold was. That's so much time saved. That was first try with 0 like that. Yeah, that I never get a Dark Nut fight that looks like that. By the way, it normally always instant turns around if you try and pin it against the pillar. That was so incredibly lucky. Didn't have to task that. That was just done completely RTA. God, the beginning of that menu was so slow, and then it just was like, and then just did everything. It was like, It's so wildly inconsistent, these menus. It was so difficult to do with lag, and every time I tried doing any of these menus, I just was always getting double input presses, where I pressed 2 buttons on the same frame, so neither of them got registered. It's so dumb. So that was the first of the RNG manipulations that we do. I did 1 roll before I got to the Dark Nut room, and it meant that the Dark Nut immediately dashes, so we can just pin it against the wall and insta-kill it. Very nice. I did this whole tower, well, actually, it was 2 tries to do that tower, because the first try I just did 2 rolls at the beginning, but then, like, after I did it with 1 roll, I just did the rest of it in 1 go. This tower was really annoying because my manipulation failed, and I don't know why. So I had to do a completely different random manip here, which isn't what I normally do, and it just works somehow. But also not in the way that I wanted it to. Kind of a little bit disappointed with this, just because I know that it should be in a completely different way. But I didn't want to look into this too much. I just carried on. Like, that ghost wasn't supposed to be the ghost that was vulnerable, but I had to kill that one. Every time I changed RNG, it was still that ghost every single time. I was so confused. Because normally you change RNG and it changes which ghost is the real one. This last tower, I managed to get. This is how I. This is another RNG manipulation in a way that I intended it to work. It's very nice. Roll left, jump over that guy, times we get a shell drop. That tells us that we need to do 3 rolls and then a multiple of 4. So I think we did 7 rolls because it's you basically take it's 3 mod 4 is the number of rolls that you have to do to get that ghost to be the ghost that is the real one going into that room. That's not how the RNG should work. It happens to work really nicely in there. It's always multiples of 4 for like 3 or so multiples of 4 RNG. It just happens to line up nicely in that section, like so. I did test it for quite a bit of the RNG afterwards, and it seemed to hold long enough so that it works in practice. Nice. Another 20-odd second time saver. Now, from this point on, we're doing an RNG manipulation that is exactly the same as what we do RTA, so no big time saves here. It should just be just a couple seconds here and there from slightly improved movement, but all of the fights are going to be pretty much exactly the same as what you would like to see in a good run. Did I pick up a heart? I didn't pick up a heart, I don't think. That Keaton, that last Keaton in that room, was giving me so much problem. Like when I was trying to record this. I think it was mostly because of the lag that I was having as I was doing the recording. And this Darknet fight was being a pain in the ass as well. So I went for that version of the Minip in my any % run, and it just didn't work, and I was really bummed out. But it just worked this time. Cool. It's a 103 Darknet fight. A couple seconds faster than what anyone with who does Vlax can do. I think like the best you can get with Vlax Minip is like a 105. And that's not even the best. Wait. Sorry, 10... It was like a 10... Maybe it was a 10... like a high 102. I swear my gold is a 102 on the Darknet fight. Right, so this is the Vatti fight. We got a heart in the Vatti fight. Because we got a pot that went near and that we can use. This is the hard part of the Vatti fight. We need to use the Gust Jar within a tight frame window here. Perfect. It was a little bit late, so we actually took damage, but it's fine. Kill him, and then after he dies, we do 2 additional slashes. Nice fight. I had to try. So the Vatti 1 fight I managed to do in 1 recording. The Vatti 2, I was just getting so much ridiculous lag. It was actually incredibly hard to do this. I had to do so many extra recordings for this. But normally Vatti 2 is the easy one to do. Vatti 1 is a really tricky one in an actual run. I just had to wait there as well. That was weird. Nice. Big time saves over Reki because Reki misses the manip in the Darknut fight. Actually, it loses like 30 seconds in the Darknut fight. It was tragic, and then just continues to lose time throughout the Vatti fight. Reki actually had a really good Vatti 1 and Vatti 2 for being non-manipped, but it just doesn't hold up to the actual manip. Right, Vatti 3, I'm very, like, my Vatti 3 golds, all of my golds across all of the categories that I run, it's so much worse than everyone else's Vatti 3 golds. I cannot get a good Vatti 3 in a run, not for lack of, like, execution. I've practiced Vatti 3 a lot and I'm very good at it. It's purely RNG and how long this fuckhead just doesn't stick his hand in the ground. That's all I can say. This guy hates me so much. Just look how long he waits before he decides to stick a hand in the ground. It's like 10 seconds per fucking cycle. It's impossible. However, RNG, just absolutely top notch. Cannot get. I didn't manipulate like that. That was first try. I got into the arm, and it was just like that. Just the eye coming directly towards you, so that you can just kill it instantly. My average Vatti 3 is like a 310. My gold for a while was like a 301. I could not get a sub 3 minute Vatti 3, but then I got a 256. It's always, yeah, my Vatti 3 golds are awful in comparison to everyone else. It's like, I think mine is like 8 seconds slower than Semi's gold. Wait, no. I think it's a little bit, I think it's even slower than that. But yeah, we had really... I kind of glossed over the second arm that we did lanternless because we just walked up and slashed the guy into the corner. But yeah, okay, we're coming up on time. And live split's lagging, but it's gonna done us in a second. As soon as it's done lagging. There we go. Okay, we got it. With the JoJo fanfare, and that is a 208. It's a 45. Back in Deepwood at the beginning of this run, I did accidentally pause the emulator for over a second, so it's a 208 45. That is, yeah, that's so insane. I did not expect this to be this slow. Like, I didn't think that a sub 210... Maybe I was thinking just under 2... Like, around about the 210, but, like, not well over a minute under. And this wasn't even, like, super optimal. You can push this down a lot more. I think if I were to spend a couple years fully optimizing a glitchless TAS, you could get sub 2 hours. I wouldn't ever do that though. I don't think it's worth going for, like, doing something like that. Not for glitchless, because so many things that the TAS will do and want to do can and may be considered glitching. is a little bit too arbitrary for the TAS. I think for a TAS you want to have no restrictions at all. You want to just do it as quickly as possible. Zero arbitrary restrictions. Okay, right, now that we're over, let me pull up the recount counter. It's 4,935 re-records. Just under 5,000, basically. Which for a TAS is not optimized at all. It's really not. Tompa's on like tens of thousands of re-records, and they're only 30 minutes into their TAS. How many re-records did we have for Fire Rod? Fire Rod's got lots of re-records. It does a lot of load states though, yeah. Fire Rod's on 9,000, leaving Glee Rock, okay. But that's also on this version of it. We've done lots of re-records on branches and stuff that we eventually scrapped and don't do anymore. We did a lot of work on stuff that is no longer part of the TAS. The Vatti fights took you 3,000 re-records, yeah. So, just judging from this graph, there's no big sections that you just save a huge chunk of time. Like, if you go back and look at my my Human Theory test for any percent, there's just big spikes where it's like, okay, here's a trick that we do that saves 3 minutes. No, there's not really anything like that in Glitchless. It's just a slow, solid, consistent downward trend on the times of just improvements everywhere. Everywhere there's just a little bit of improvement. And it gets steeper and steeper the further along the run we go. It's like really shallow at the beginning because there's not really much optimization we can do, and then it just gets steeper and steeper because as the run goes later and later, there's just more and more difficult stuff and to improve and speed up. So that's versus PB. That is against my average, I want to say. This is against my sum of bests. And this is against a goal time, which is like a 2:17, 30? Mid 2:17? Alright.